Why is my fans booing me? I didn't want to kill myself. Every time I close my eyes, he always pop up. Still just a shock.
When former Tennessee Titans quarterback Steve McNair was murdered July 4th, perhaps no one, other than his family, was hurt more than his longtime protege, Vince Young.
Steve was like, a hero to me, and, heroes are not supposed to die.
I mean, it's kind of hard to even explain how I felt when I got that information. And to this day, I still don't believe it. When you believe in somebody and love someone like I love Steve, to see him gone, man, that hurted a whole lot.
McNair's murder was the culmination of a tumultuous year for Vince Young. The 26-year-old quarterback, who 12 months ago was the face and the future of the Titans franchise, is not only dealing with the loss of his mentor, but also his starting job and his reputation.
If you'd asked me this after his rookie year, I would have never dreamed I'd be saying this. But I think I'll be surprised at this point if he reaches success in the NFL, at least in Nashville.
In 2007, during his second season, the Titans made the playoffs despite Young throwing nearly twice as many interceptions as touchdowns. He entered his third year under intense scrutiny. In the fourth quarter of the 2008 home opener against Jacksonville, after throwing his second interception of the game, Titans fans vented their frustration. At the start of the Titans' next possession, during a timeout, Young did not immediately take the field.
You could tell there was some activity on the Titans sideline. There was some hesitancy. It appeared for Vince Young to go back in the game. Coaches kind of getting in his face.
I just wanted to clear my thoughts for a second so I don't go in and make another mistake.
Young finally joined his teammates, but 4 plays later, sprained his left knee.
Vince Young takes a shot, and he is down, rolling around on the ground.
The Titans went on to win without him.
How did you feel after the game?
The biggest thing I can say is why. Why is this happening to me? Why is my fans booing me when I'm going to be able to play again?
Concerned about his dejected quarterback's state of mind, head coach Jeff Fisher, along with the team psychologist, visited Young at his home the next day.
He was just basically picking my brain, what was going on through my mind, and how do I feel about certain things. And I was to the point that, man, I didn't really want to play no more because of the fact that I was that hurt, that I was that hurt from the boos. It was just so much for me. I didn't want to play no more.
At all?
At all.
Like retired?
No, I wouldn't say retired, but at that point in time, I didn't feel like, playing no more for the rest of the season because of the fact that there was so much going on.
So, after they left, then what happened?
My mom came back in and put some more ice on me, and she saw me with my pistol leaving.
According to the police report, Fisher told officers that the team psychologist was concerned because Young had mentioned suicide several times.
Where did the concept of you hurting yourself, of suicide, where did that come from?
I have the slightest idea.
Let me ask you straight up. Did you ever get to a point that night where you contemplated hurting yourself, where you contemplated suicide?
Not definitely over that, no. That's just football. That's just a way of life. And I don't see what I need to kill myself for because everything is good for me right now, other than what was going on that day.
A lot of people believe that you were at the point of killing yourself that night.
I didn't want to kill myself. That's absurd.
Most fans on the outside look at it and say, well, man, getting booed, getting hurt, everybody go through that. That happens all the time. That's part of the game. Why did getting booed, getting hurt even faze you?
It was more than the boos. It was a lot going on in my life, man, at the time. A lot of people I thought that, that they loved me for a human being as a person, kind of let me down a little bit. dealing with money, everybody asking for this, everybody like that. Then I also had to play football and be successful.
Young has a home in Houston and often returns to this neighborhood where he grew up. His father left when Young was 4, and his mother spent much of his childhood addicted to drugs and alcohol.
I could have been a better mother. I did marijuana, I did cocaine, I did crack, whatever.
You know, my mom, I'm strung out on the streets, so I used to be the crack baby.
That's what they call it?
The neighborhood, yeah.
Because of your mom?
Because of my mom, you know. Thank God right now, you know how my mom doing now. She doing great. But all of them down the street, I used to have to fight my friends. You know, that's why I ain't really hard to come out much.
The football field became his sanctuary. When he played, he wasn't just accepted, he was adored. By his senior year in high school, Young was a consensus #1 recruit in the nation. He chose to play for the University of Texas. And in Austin, where the adulation only grew,
caught, touchdown, Texas!
Vince became invincible.
The national championship on the line right here. He's going for the corner. He's got it.
After one of the most memorable bowl performances ever, Young was drafted 3rd overall by Tennessee in 2006. He was named Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the Titans won 18 of his first 30 starts. Still, Young often struggled with the demands of his celebrity and criticism that he couldn't adapt to the pro game. Young says a season on the bench allowed him to rest, reflect, and reorganize his life. And in an effort to show his renewed commitment to the team, Young spent extra time at the Titans facility in the offseason, watching film and working out. But while trying to regain his confidence and starting position, he lost something more valuable.
NFL quarterback Steve McNair has been shot and killed.
Metro Police confirmed both McNair and a woman were found dead at 2nd and Lee.
When I got to the church house, you know, it really hit me real hard to see the casket right there, knowing that Pops was in there. I just couldn't really lift my head up to even see what was going on because of, you know, the love that I have for him and not really just believing it. But it was really real life what was going on that day, and I mean, I just took it real hard.
Young first met the man he called Pops when he was 16 and attended one of McNair's football camps.
Vince is a guy that's, you know, wanted that father figure, and he found it in me. Not only that, a friend and a guy that's going to try to guide him in the right direction.
Young, at the request of Fisher, was scheduled to work with McNair at Titans training camp, which starts July 30th. Instead, Young and Fisher mourned McNair's death together at his funeral.
For 11 years, I'd go in the locker room to the one corner, and I'd grab Steve's hand, and we'd all take a knee. We'd say the Lord's Prayer before we went out for 11 years every single game. Last few years, I've been grabbing Vince's, and they're a lot the same. That handshake feels the same.
How has this tragedy impacted your relationship with Coach Fisher?
I mean, I definitely know it brought us closer as an organization, as a team, as a coach, as his quarterback, as leader of his team. You know, I feel like we definitely got to be on the same page.
For now, Vince Young is a backup quarterback, trying to put behind him the humiliation and pain he felt on the field, and the anguish he feels at the loss of his mentor, trying to start a new year and become, once again, invincible.
Because of what happened last year, there are a lot of people already doubting you, doubting your ability to bounce back. Now, knowing how much this impacted you, Steve's passing, people are going to probably doubt you even more.
That's fine, you know. That's fine. You know, and, you know, I respect everybody's opinion. July 30th will be here in any second, and that's when I get to answer all that. Like I said, all that things made me strong, and I'm just sitting back, just waiting.